Hey friends, it's Thea. Welcome back to Garden Goddess Tarot and the Epic and Ridiculous 2025 Collection and Declutter series, which we are getting towards the end of. However, the last couple of videos where I've been showcasing Marseille RWS type decks, I've not been feeling the type of progress in the declutter department that I've kind of wanted to. And the video that was slated next on my official list of categories was either collage or like painterly decks. And I was thinking about those two categories and I'm like, I'm not going to be able to get rid of too many from those. And it's kind of been making me stall a little bit. Like I'm losing momentum. I'm running out of steam. The gumption is leaving my body slowly but surely. This process is really taking it out of me to the point where I'm really having a hard time like actually enjoying engaging with tarot right now. I just want this done so I can move on with the way my life and my practice is going to go. And I feel like I cannot do that until I finish. So, in order to inject a little bit of motivation into myself, to get the ball rolling a little bit, so to speak, I've decided today that we're going to scrap my original plan of doing those two categories and we're just going to get some decluttering done. We're just going to grab and we're going to declutter, and I'm going to go back to my original format of the first couple of videos where I'm going to compare one of the decks that I like more to one that I don't, and we're going to talk it through and we're going to get it done. And I hope my intention for this particular video is to make some substantial progress in the decluttering department because yeah, lately it's just been feeling like a lot, and I know these are feelings that I need to feel and I need to experience. I need to kind of wrap my head around the situation that I have inadvertently yet totally take full responsibility for getting myself into. So yeah, we're gonna tuck into this last random category. Basically this is just like a clean sweep of all of like the random decks that I had left that don't fit into my like normal typical favorite type categories that are left and to be determined. And yeah, should be a fun time. So strap in, get your decluttering pants on. I'll also say the playlist for all of these videos so far, I believe this is number 10, which is crazy because they're all at least an hour long, some are two. The playlist for all of those is going to be down below if you want to catch up. This is your first one. Whichevs. And the declutterings I'm going to compile in a video at the end of the whole shenanigans, and then I'll put the ones up for sale there. We'll talk numbers, we'll talk about what I learned, and we'll just like do like a basically debrief after the experience of this whole process for me. So looking forward to that. But yeah, stay tuned for that. Otherwise, today we're just decluttering, so let's do it. We have the Wheel of Change Tarot by Alexandra Janetti. And I'm going to put that one kind of next to the Wisdom of Place Tarot over here by Elizabeth Boltz and Chip Sullivan. Elements of Sacred Landscape. And this one is, it's its own wonderful little weird guy. Here's the back if you wanted to read it. Indie deck, but again, a lovely, reasonably priced indie deck. This is the same creator as the Jumble Dance Tarot, which we will talk about in the collage deck video. But this one, it's just kind of a unique little fellow that really just kind of lives on its own in my collection, kind of like a little island. You'll see in a second. And Wisdom of Place over here is kind of silly. It's box within a box. I really should just take it out of the tuck box because I actually don't mind the slidey box, but anyway. Okay, and Wheel of Change. Best of Intentions. A little piece of kyanite in there. I love kyanite with my decks. It really, but it's just been living in that box quietly. Waiting for me to love it a little bit. And then here are the backs on the Wisdom of Place. Now, both of these are tarot decks, but they're a bit weird. They're also not necessarily my art style. This one, you'll notice, is still in order. I've had this for like, I don't know, at least a year, maybe two at this point, and I've not used it. I picked it up as just like an add-on when I was ordering the Jumble Dance Tarot from their website, and it was only like, I don't know, it was like $30 maybe. So I was like, I'll just get it. And I had the best of intentions, but I've just never been super drawn to picking it up. So that's my fault. And then this one is one that I got just before I went on the Camino, and when I got back, I kind of didn't have the gumption to pick it up. I was in a bit of a tarot slump when I got back as well, so was a weird time. But this one, it's a tarot. There are suits, but they don't make total sense to me. And I tried to use it as a tarot, and it didn't work as a tarot for me in the way I like to read tarot, which is multiple cards usually. So I think with this one, it's just going to be an oracle for me. But I love the energy that it has. There's a henge card. We love that. On the Seven of Pentacles, I think. The Labyrinth. Is it Pentacles? I think so. I'm not sure. Cups. Seven of Cups there. Cisterns. Windrose. I love the variety of the elemental energy in these cards. Both of these have kind of a hand-drawn quality about some of the cards. This one's got some collage elements too. It's just a mashup. Weird little boy. This is a very, like, humanist type deck. Really focuses on the human experience, whether it be set. I love that card, the Ten of Swords, and it's like a potting shed that you're like walking out into space from. Like, that's so cool. But it's not the most intuitive thing when it comes to like reading with multiple cards. And some of them are just weird, like, yeah, I don't know. But I definitely think Wisdom of Place I'd be more likely to use even as just an oracle, whereas this is more locked to tarot. The keywords, or I guess the titles on this one in general, are more intuitive for me. They spark joy. This one, it sparked my curiosity, and I spent a long time like flipping through and like deciphering kind of what the imagery meant to the relation of the tarot card, and some of them are really quite good. And some of them, like, it was a fun kind of brain teasery exercise for me, because some of them, like, they really want you to think about them. Others are easier, but I don't think it's one that I need to keep per se. Obviously, evidence being I have not picked it up. Sorry, we're just like stuck on the swords here. And the cups are red. I don't know. That's fine. That's just a nitpicky design thing for me, but like, I don't know. You see how they're both wildly different decks, but they're also kind of similar. And I think this is one that I'm more likely to give a chance for now anyway. And but it does have some really good cards. Yeah, she does such a good job on the cups. And I remember that from the Jumble Dance too. I really like the cup suit in the Jumble Dance tarot. But I am more likely to use this one. And that's just what I know about myself, so. I think there's also a book for this available online, which I don't have. And I was like waiting to pick it up to see if I would actually use the deck. I don't think having the book is going to change that any on me. Let's do some more flipping and get to them. But yeah. Anyway, these are these two. Let me find the majors in this are really pretty. Let's just do some quick flipping for you. Yeah, some of them are like, ooh, head scratchers. It's definitely got like a really cozy, I don't want to say hippie vibe. It's not like purely hippie, but it's just like it's a perspective that's interesting about like our, as humans, relationship to our little world that we live in. And it's all hand drawn, which obviously I'm game for. I'll really enjoy that aspect of it, but yeah, I think, oh, look at that fool. I think it's time. I don't think I'm going to use the Way of Change tarot, and Wisdom of Place is going to hang around for a little while, and we'll see if I end up using it as an oracle, and if not, then it'll go. But it's too soon to tell, I think. Look, there's a Hedgewood card. The Mandrake. Yeah, I like this one. But yeah, I need to. You know what? I probably just need to get this one in a bag, and I'll harvest the kyanite from this and keep it for another deck, I think. But yeah, this one, it's really cool, but it doesn't speak to me. It doesn't spark joy. It doesn't make my heart sing. So, and the other deck by this creator does. That's another thing I need note as well. I really like the other deck, so I don't feel as bad not being connected to that one. Yeah, I think these two we're gonna look at next. This is the Iris Oracle by Spirit Speak, and this is the Poesis Oracle by Andrea Wan, poetry by Megan King. And these are both goofy little oracle decks. Well, not really goofy. They don't really fit in the goofy oracle deck category. They're in the like I don't know, whimsical cool girl oracle deck. Unsure. They're both very similar though, but they're also wildly different, and I like that about them. Poesis Oracle, 77 card oracle deck. Each card has an accompanying poem that you must look up, which I really should go in and print off just so I can have paper copies of it somewhere. There's a little bit of information about, the deck as a whole, but you've got to go to a website to find the poems. But it's such a vibe, this one. And it's a black and white deck, and they always have a soft spot in my heart. This is the Iris Oracle. I purchased it secondhand. You could not buy Spirit Speak decks in Canada. They would not ship, even if they were in print. I do enjoy that. And this is a feisty little friend. I've edged it in black. Here's the backs. Here are the fronts. And this is another cute little hand-drawn, whimsical little friend. So we're going to flip through these, and I'm going to talk myself through how I'm feeling about them. They're both very effective oracle decks, I will say. There is, as functionally they work, they're excellent. They definitely get the creative juices flowing. Both of them would be very good for journaling. This one's a bit it looks cute, it looks innocent, but it will stab a hole in your heart. It's very emotional, this one, whereas this one's more intellectual, like a mind card in this. But this gets your kind of brain thinking. This gets your body feeling, I guess, is the way to how I experience it anyway. It's and I like pulling multiple cards with this one. So we've got home and freedom work really well, and freedom and growth and fear. I find it's a lot like the Super Oracle, where not just in how it looks, but the way the keywords kind of work together really, really well. So you pull two cards, connect and sovereignty. It's almost like those wordy oracles that, work just really well and pairs perfectly with tarot. So, anywho, that's kind of how I feel about that one, whereas this is very emotional. A lot of the time you do like to go to the guidebook, because some of them are a bit vague. But my thing with this one, other than it just being like a little knife that will stab you in the heart, it doesn't resonate with my experience, I guess. A lot of people like this one for inner child work. A lot of people find this a very healing deck in its stabbiness, from what I gather watching people talk about their interactions with it. However, I've not found myself resonating with that experience specifically, and I like that kind of energy I get more so from things like the Chicoli Oracle, or I don't know, a few others that may or may not jump out as initially inner child decks. I went to a great deal of trouble to get this, but I think ultimately I'm not drawn to using it just because I feel like it doesn't match my experience in the realm in which it's attempting to communicate messages, whereas this one thoroughly does. And in no way is this one an inner child deck. This is kind of really, for me, an all-purpose oracle that I could use with a lot of things. I like it a lot. Both do have what I would consider a more modern art style, which, again, isn't always my wheelhouse anyway, but I'm more drawn to this one. And the poetry level of this just takes it to the next level a little bit, which is great. But yeah, these are really good. These are great journaling prompts. Something that's never truly yours. Pull a couple of tarot cards and you're off to the races. It's really good for that. You can't find goodness because you lost your heart. Left out with the wolves. Service. There's a noise card. Yeah, these are so good. It is a great deck. I'm like, no. I'm talking myself back into it. I don't pick it up. It's been here for a great deal of time, and it doesn't resonate with me. That's the problem with knowing where to appreciate a good deck, and also knowing that good deck doesn't work for you. It's such a weird space to be in, to be like, I know that's a good deck. It's so clever. It's so beautiful. It's so well crafted and created with the intention of being used as a functional oracle deck. But its experience doesn't resonate with me. And it's I want to experience it because I know it's good, but also me using it isn't making the most out of it. There's someone else out there who's like going to need this type of energy way more than me. So I don't need to keep it around just because it's good, right? Right? I hear you nodding your head at the other side of the screen. So, anywho, Poesis Oracle, which I thoroughly enjoy, is going to stay, and I'm going to use it more. I think the problem is I've been keeping it downstairs, away from all of my other stuff, so maybe I'll bring it up here. Mind you, it should live with my poetry books, shouldn't it? Anyway, it will stay. And then I think Iris Oracle, I'm going to pass on. I think there's a soul out there who needs this way more than me, so. Whew. Even though it's the only Spirit Speak deck I have. But it's not my Spirit Speak deck. I know what my Spirit Speak deck is, and it's out of print. And one day maybe it will come back. Road to nowhere. But that's okay. Alright, Iris Oracle's gonna go. 2 down. We did 2 declutters already. Let's go. Let's move this momentum forward. Okay, let's do a fun one now. Let's do these. Do you see how these are all very random decks though? Like, I don't know. Some of them really don't match me in any way, but there was a time of great exploration and curiosity that kind of absorbed me when it came to tarot, and I think a lot of these are a result of that. The next 2 decks, we have the Bonefire Tarot by, I know her name. I do. Come on, brain. Oh, it's gone. That's wild. I usually know. I should know. Anyway, we're going to put it up with the Tarot Obscuro over here by Estelle Riviere. Both of these, so far as I know, are mass market decks. This is the 2nd edition of the Bonefire Tarot. It's the one on the smaller matte cardstock with the red edges. And this is such a weird little guy. I mean, there is similarities there, isn't there? That's very interesting. Okay, so the Tarot Obscuro, for longtime viewers are familiar. It is my anger deck, my rage deck, my when I'm feeling that fiery spiciness of rage and anger and frustration, I go to this deck to work it out. These are both very fiery little friends. And I'm a fire sign. They suit me quite well. But again, not my aesthetic, and it doesn't, again, shouldn't fit me, but works really well when I'm trying to work my way around uncomfortable feelings, I guess. Bonefire, I picked up in the hopes of it being just a good kind of general reader, as well as it's a very I was hoping to kind of tap into those like chaotic, scatterbrained kind of erratic thoughts and feelings and energy in a way to help kind of sort out that mind space. It's a very cluttered deck. And it's both of these have a very active, energetic feel about them. They're both very fire. This one kind of feels like an Aries deck to me. This one kind of has more Sagittarius energy. I think Bonefire would be a good Sagittarius deck, actually. We were discussing Sagittarius decks in the Discord, and I think this one might be a good choice. Maybe. Yes. I don't think it's a Leo deck. It doesn't think highly enough of itself to be a Leo deck, I don't think. I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. But yeah, this one, it's just so kooky and strange. Obscuro is a great word for it. It's very symbolic, and kind of the human form has been manipulated in such a weird way that makes it really great to project one's like the ephemeris feelings inside you onto the characters. And it works really well. This is like, I don't think I'll ever find a deck that fits the way I experience the like vibrational energy of rage like this. Whereas this one just stresses me out, oddly enough. Something about it. It just didn't click for me, which is all kinds of wild, because I thought it would. I thought it was a given. I know. Who is it by? Her name starts with a G, doesn't it? That's gonna drive me nuts. I probably put it up on the screen like 4 times by now, but yeah. I don't know. I like this is my weird deck. This is my weird one. And I have not found the place or time to pick up the Bonfire. It was an experiment. It was a test. It was a risk. And I took it and it didn't work out. But this weird little one over here just does it for me as needed. It's like your own personal demons, this deck. Even the way that they're drawn, it just encompasses that energy perfectly. And I love it. So, Tarot Obscuro is going to stay. And Bonfire, I think I'm going to let go of. And it's really, there's no stress because it's mass market. I can get it again if I feel like I miss it, but I truly don't think I'm going to. So, look at him. Oh, yes. Yeah, like even just looking at them, this one, I don't feel excited. I don't even feel bad about saying I'm going to declutter it. Gabby Angus West. I knew I'd get there eventually. I knew it. I'm sure there's like fireworks going off on the screen. Wee, she did it. Gabby Angus West. She did start with G. I was right. Anywho, I'm sorry, my love, but Bonfire Tarot was not for me, I'm afraid. So I'm going to send it packing. I have a box in the book for it somewhere, I think. I've only used it a couple times. It's basically brand new. And Tarot Obscuro over here. My weird little anger boy. It's so weird. Like, I don't think there's any other deck that could ever exist that's even close to what this is. I freaking love it. Anyway, yes, it's gonna stay. 3 for 3, guys. We're doing good. Okay, let's do this pair. The Pastoral Tarot by Lisa Hunt. This cute little bag. It is a strange landscape deck, so it's going to take up some more room than otherwise needed. Inside the bag, I have a piece of garden quartz and a hunk of incense, which is breaking all over it, which is fine. You can get in there. It's also been well oiled, that bag. Okay, so lots of care has gone into the keeping of that deck. We're going to put it up against this one, which is the Mountain Dream Tarot. And these are not remotely the same whatsoever, but how I feel about them is kind of the same. And that's kind of what matters in this case. So both of these, for me, fill a vintage space. A historic space. This is a photography deck that was done in the 70s, I believe. I forgot the name of the creator. I can't remember everything, especially when decks are in bags. And it was like the first photography deck that ever existed. It was all handmade, the old-fashioned way. It's very cool. A really cool thing that exists, and I'm very glad to have it. But it really carries with it the vibe of the time that it was created entirely. Like it fills that space for me like beautifully and perfectly. All of the like the effects were done in the like developing process of the film. Like that's like you'll see when we get to the minors in it too. Like she had to do all sorts of cool stuff to get the images to look like they do. Very fancy. The Pastoral Tarot, though, for context, I live on a farm. It's a multi-generational home. This deck, I was really hoping, my plan for this one was to reflect my experience of the place I live and the history that kind of came before it. So my experience growing up, my like family's lifestyle, etc., etc. And it kind of did. And for a while, I was very glad to use it for that. So that Lisa Hunt deck, hand-drawn, really beautiful. Like, of all of the Lisa Hunt decks, this might be, like, the one closest to the one that's, like, for me, air quotes. And for a time, I did daily draws with it, and I enjoyed it. There was a time that I needed it, and that was great. I just don't know if it's the kind of thing that I still need. Because I have other decks that are more closely connected to, like, Ancestor and, like, land-based work for me that feel a little bit better. And I don't know, I don't know what it is. There's a whole conversation that we could have about this deck and its context and what it means now versus what it would have meant in the time that it is depicting, even though it is a modern created deck. Anyway, it shouldn't, but it does give me mixed feelings. This one, on the other hand, does not. It's really clean cut. It's an easy reader. It's straightforward. And I also really want to pair this with these blue bones for personal reasons. I really want to see them together and see how they feel, because I think that is going to be a pair that is very special for me as well. But yeah, I think ultimately, especially like looking at these two side by side, just based on like how I feel about them, definitely more excited about the Mountain Dream and the Pastoral Tarot over here. I don't know if it's what I need. So I think it might go. I think. But it's beautiful. It's so much detail. Props to the creator, Lisa Hunt, for making it. But I also have a hard time pulling like huge spreads with this, just because it's so scenic, whereas this one is like much more simplistic. You know, 7 of Wands. Like Lisa Hunt decks, that's like what they do. They give you a whole scene to unpack and depict that really encapsulates the energy of that card, which is great if you're doing a small like 1 to 3 card reading, but any more than that, and now the magic of that type of deck is lost on you. So just based on the way I read, I don't think I'm really going to be drawn to this for daily draws anymore. So yeah, it's gonna go. If not, into like the limbo pile for a little while to just kind of see. Maybe not immediately up for sale, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it ends up in that final video. But yeah, it's just not singing for me. So Pastoral Tarot. Yeah. It's going to take a breather. And the Mountain Dream is going to keep being awesome. I think. I'd like to get a new bag for it too. Yeah, it's so good. Such a vibe. Oh, look at that. Look at it. Yeah, yes, definitely. Oh my goodness. 4 for 4, guys. Loving it. Let's keep on trucking. Okay, let's do more. Let's do some more. Let's just keep on trucking. The Lillifer Tarot and the Reclaim Oracle. Little Darkness Press. This one might go a weird way. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I feel about these. I need to see. I haven't used either of them in a good while. I've got a big old smudge on that. And this is the Kickstarter first edition of Lillifer as well. I think there's since been a newer one with changes to it, I believe, and the book. I probably won't sell this one as well, because I've gone in and I think I've written in the guidebook as well as on the court cards. I think I put some letters on the court cards to make them more clear for myself. Yeah, I like literally just like wrote on them. So I have ruined this deck. Sorry. I just needed them to be more clear, because it's a kind of a chaotic little thing, which again I like, and was definitely at the time it came out in a place that I was really like looking forward to working with these little chaotic fleshy little fellas. So yeah, tarot deck, oracle deck, just for context. This is a very it's an emotion wheel in a deck. It's feelings and emotions and imagery to match. Works great if, I don't know, you can use it however you want, really. I don't find myself reaching for it an awful lot, though. And I think it's a color palette. If that pink had been white. Shallow of me? Possibly. I don't know. Maybe not. Let's just flip. this is so clever. I liked the kind of mix of esoteric and cute that this is. That's a combination you don't get very often, like ever. Usually esoteric decks tend to be a bit more like edgy looking and, dark, and they have kind of that mystery about them, where this kind of like makes it cute and accessible in a fun way, while also having all of our esoteric symbols and the planets and planetary rulers on each of the cards, which is nice. But they're also not the clearest ever, and some of the numerical symbols that she used aren't the like Arabic numerals we're used to. So it's very confusing, some of the cards. Yes, that is a Six of Cups. Sun and Scorpio. I have to check the astrological sometimes just to be sure, which is a little bit tricksy. And so I've written Prince here for the heir of Earth, which is interesting because usually she's got it as king. How have I done it? And then we got, anyway, I think there was some, like the way I understand the quartz. Yes, because the heir, which would be the king in a Rider-Waite-Smith deck, in a Thoth, I consider princes. Or is king? Yeah, king, not knight. KN is knight. And then, anyway, it's a whole thing, and it's about how I understand the quartz and how I differentiate between Thoth and Rider-Waite-Smith. It's fine, but I've just literally written all over all the cards. So anyway, it's not the quickest and easiest read for me, because I have to take a second to kind of be like, okay, what's she getting at here? But it is beautiful. I love just the fact that there is like a cute little esoteric deck that exists. But the problem is I don't pick it up. Which I would genuinely pick it up more if I didn't have so many bloody decks, which we're trying to rectify that problem right now. But that being said, some should go. So I'm thinking the Little Fur might be one that goes to limbo for a while. And we'll see if I miss them, then I'll pull it back in, but who knows, I might not. And then our little, did I even say, yeah, Reclaim Oracle. Did I tell you what this was called? I hope so. I'm a little all over the place today, guys. I was gonna say, like, yeah, I'll keep it because it's useful and handy, and I just really can't remember the last time I used it. But I think when I do use it, it's great. Like, it's not the most, like, impactful thing for me ever. Okay, this is a good one for me pulling a card on. I'd like to know. Because anything can happen here. I would like to know about my relationship with this deck. We have loss. Well, that's as close in as we can go. So yeah, like an emptiness. Might be handy to keep around if I end up dealing with loss, shall we say? Okay, let's say what's our potential relationship? Oh, okay. We got connection. So there is opportunity. Look at that. There's like a comfort in the lost card too, and connection. So I think this might be one that I'm not using at this present moment because I don't need it. But which inevitably, with love comes loss at some point or other, this deck might step in at that point and do some heavy lifting. But for like right now, I'm not in a space of loss. It's not singing for me, so maybe I shouldn't be too hasty on this one. There is the potential for connection. Okay. Well, we'll trust the deck in this case. We will keep the Reclaim around. But I think I'm gonna let Lillifer go for right now. Seems like the right thing to do. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's gonna go though. So it'll go in purgatory for now. /limbo. And we will... I do love that the little lip of the tab says hello, though. Those little details just make my heart happy. But yeah, limbo for now. If I miss it, I can pull it back in. But I think it might be it. And then Reclaim will stay. Let's do these. Whoop, whoop. Okay, we have the Modern Love Tarot by Ethany. And we have the Amore Psyche Oracle over here. Yeah, these are 2 decks. This one was sent to me by Ethany, by the way. So thank you very much, Ethany, for sending it over to review. I did have a good long think about it and chat about it. Might have been a member video, actually. It is beautiful. Really well made as well. Book is giant. It's one of those ones that each of the cards has like a detailed way to experience the energy of that card when it comes to what type of relationship reading you're doing. So that's fun. Both of these are relationship decks. Sorry, I should be clear about that. One's an oracle, one's a tarot. This is a little, like, very tiny Los Scarabeo one. It has kind of a mythological theme, but it's really just a theme. The actual energy of anything that is remotely connected to a myth depicted is just kind of there for aesthetics, which I'm also fine with, but just know that it's not like super deep. And this is like, they're obviously apples and oranges. We have oracle, we have tarot, so this, you get the energy of the tarot. This is just kind of strictly the oracle message. It also has really cute backs. That's great. That's basically my outfit. Love it. Journal, books, Botticelli. If she had blonde hair and bangs, that would be me. The Fool, truly. Yeah. There's a few cards in this that that weren't for me. And happily married person. I don't do readings too often for other people anymore. And when I do, I find I don't like this much specificity in a deck. It gets a little too cut and dry for me. I feel like for a lot of people, this would be like a really handy tool if you're the kind of reader who's like doing love readings all the time, which I know is a topic, like especially a lot of you like online readers, the ones doing like working the lines. Something like this would be great and very clear about the nature of the relationship going on and all that jazz. Like super useful in that department. But yeah, it's not something that I find a great deal of use or for. This little guy is much more useful for me when it comes to love readings. I like to have it around. It's beautiful. Yeah. It's just not something I need, so I don't need to overthink it. That's just fine. Perfectly good deck. Very interesting. Well thought out. Ethany's guidebooks are great. She's an angel and a gem and a treasure of the community. But I don't need a love deck. And if I do, it's just going to be like this little, very clear Eros and Thanatos. Little, like, it just, the art style on this is incredible. It's more me. So, it's going to stay. Also, I will say, any of the decks that I've talked about that I'm getting rid of that were sent to me by someone, I'm gonna do a giveaway for them. So coming in the new year, I think at the end of each of my tarot roundups, each month, I'll do a giveaway for one of the decks that I was sent that I don't super jive with. So this will be one of them. So if you're interested in it, just keep an eye out, and I'll be doing a giveaway for it sometime 2026. So yeah. That's its fate. Among any of the other ones that actually I've got a couple here. While we're talking about ones that I'm gonna do giveaways for. I have 2 copies of the Gentle Tarot because Mari, the amazing creator of this deck, sent me like all of them, and I already did a giveaway for another version of it, the linen version. And I have the mini tin version, and I have the big the big old matte one here. So, and it has a bag. I don't need 2 copies of this. And I didn't need 3 copies of this. It was a joy to be able to give away the other one. But I'm thinking that it's like one of them is languishing. I use the little one way more than the big one. So, yeah, I'm going to be giving away the big one again in future. They're exactly the same. The backs are a little bit different. I think there's just some shiny on the back of the little guy. The little guy's a little bit thinner cardstock. This is a bit thicker. They're all great. In a perfect world, if I only had one of any of them, really, they're all great. Happy to have. This deck it's really like breaking the standards of RWS Tarot for you as well. So if like you're the kind of person that really doesn't get on with any RWS style deck, the limiting chains of that one have been removed, and it's kind of stripped down to a very like a bare earthly essence of it that's simple and human and emotion based, I find. There's a reason, like, they call it the gentle tarot for a reason. Like it's not that it's super like there's moments of reflection that might seem uncomfortable in it, but for the most part, it really holds your hand through those spaces. And there's like this deck is like an exhale. Some cards are simpler than others. It's so filled with compassion, and like you can really feel the kind spirit of Mari in these decks. They are very much a reflection of her and the person she is. So anyway, if you're into it, if you like the look of them, stay tuned, because there will be a giveaway for this one coming soon, because I couldn't sell it because it was given to me for free. So we'll do that a little later on. I'm going to keep the tin one because this tin is absolutely adorable, and I love a little tiny deck, and this one will find a new and comfortable home. And I know the Kickstarter for My Friend Fire is going to go out. It's just finally being shipped, so that's exciting, and we will see what that deck kind of turned into, but I'm excited for that too. So yeah, Mari's decks. This one's going to be in a giveaway later on. This one's going to stay. Yeah, let's do some chakra talk. Lots of chakra talk. It's like a cooler, more embodied space on the internet. Chakra talk. I have some decks here. All of these are the only ones I have that explicitly work with the energy of the chakras. And the most beautiful thing about all of these is these are all made by some of my amazing friends on TarotTube. And I just love that they exist, and it makes me so happy. So we have another little crystal in the bag. These are Feel Your Chakras Oracle. These are 2 of the same deck by Andy Taylor. I think they are still available on Make Playing Cards. And this is the Narrative Alchemy Tarot / Oracle by Chrissy Bentley. And I love all of them. So they're all kind of color-coded that really tap into the energy of the chakras, which makes using them a very full-bodied experience. Plays really well with other decks when you kind of match the colorways running through them. This is I forgot the name of this edition, Andy. I'm so sorry. It's the vintage edition, I think. Don't quote me on that. And it's not the final one. I think it's just a prototype of the vintage edition. And then this is the final version of the midnight edition, which I love. I love the black background and florals. Just makes me so happy. The concept of these is we have all of the chakras, and then each category either has a overactive, underactive, or balanced aspect to that card. So here we have a underactive third eye, and then you've got a keyword I see, which is associated with the third eye chakra. And then if it's underactive, we have reality is not clear. Here we have an underactive sacral chakra, I feel, the sacral chakra, and then lack of creativity, being underactive. And then each of the backs is associated with the chakra. It's brilliant. It's genius. It's so good. This one's on a lovely slidey linen finish. This one's on super smooth. They're so good. And they're so useful, and they make really great accompanying decks to a tarot, like a full spread, just to kind of check in with yourself in your physical body right now, which is something that's very handy to do when you're reading tarot, because sometimes you get really like sucked out of your body and thrown into your head or into your heart, or just like off floating around in some ungrounded astral plane. You know how it is. Sometimes you do a reading, you come out and you're just like, what even just happened? Where am I? A deck like this is a good way to like check in with your little physical body and see how you're doing. Anyway, I really enjoy these. These are fantastic. And this one, what have I done? What have I done? Just not enough space. Let's move you over here because I need to flip. This one, it's a tarot, is the kind of the base of the structure. So the 78 cards of the tarot are here. The Roman numeral is on the majors, and the you'll have an element sign for the minors. So that's the 13. It's the Queen of Air, which is swords, and then the there's a keyword which is associated with the tarot card, as well as being an oracle keyword. And then you have the energy of the color she has specifically chosen to go on the card, which is associated with chakras. So it looks so simple, but it's complex and in depth, and it's wonderful, and it pairs so good with the Albano weight. Like the colors in this are like directly mirror the colors that run through that deck. So if I have one of these in the middle as like a anchoring oracle card that's also a tarot, and I can pull some more tarot around it, it pops, it sings, it does wonderful things. I wrote a poem. Anyway, so good. Lovers as a mirror. Yes, so good. 6 of Wands. Confidence. Absolutely. King of Pentacles. Ease. They're just so good. She's so smart. And so much of herself went into this, and you can all of these, like, because I know them, I can tell so much of them has gone into these decks, and it's just incredible. Like, it feels like them. It's like a hug from them, and it's just so lovely. Anyway, so these are all my chakra decks, and obviously I like all of them, but I don't need 2 copies of this one. So what I'm gonna do. Sorry, we're going to flip through Chrissy's a little bit more real quick. So the Sun card is joy. Okay. Ooh, stirring for the Ace of Fire. Absolutely. And she has a handwritten sword. There's a guidebook that, like, puts her... It's right here. I keep it right next to my desk. That is... It's literally printed in her handwriting, which is so lovely. It explains her connection with the color of that chakra and that tarot card, and a really like embodied meaning to it. It's just it's so lovely. So you can buy this separately if you get this, which is available on Make Playing Cards as well. Anywho, I don't need 2 copies of Andy's lovely deck. Like I want 2 copies of Andy's lovely deck, but I don't need it. And I think this is one that I think I really want to share with someone. So I'm going to be doing a giveaway for the the vintage edition of Andy, this prototype vintage edition of Andy's Feel Your Chakras Oracle. So yeah, it's just super useful. So yeah, keep an eye out for that under one of my tarot roundups come 2026. Because she sent me these, so I cannot, in any good faith, sell them. So I'm gonna hang on to this one though, because it's perfect. So Andy's Feel Your Chakras Oracle and Chrissy's Narrative Alchemy Tarot are my little chakra buddies, and those 2 are gonna be staying. So 1 more for the going pile, 2 more for the staying pile. And we're doing so good. I'm so proud of myself. Oh my gosh, yes! This is entirely the energy I needed. It's just been a while since I've properly done some clearing out. This is what we want. It's funny, so many of these are like by the same creator as well. Okay, so we have 2 by Denise Lynn here that I'd like to take a look at. These are 100% Goofy Oracle decks, but I have such a soft spot in my heart for Goofy Oracle decks. It's just something about it. It feels like such an integral part of the divination community. You gotta have Goofy Oracle decks. Sacred Destiny is an older one. It's been around for ages, but it's like such like a bread and butter deck. It's so good. And I love just I don't know. It's super functional. Incredibly super functional. And this one is the Time Traveler's Oracle, which just came out last year. I was really excited about it. The art on it's very interesting. I would like to know more. I think there is a named artist in the back of it, I believe. About the artist. Scott Breedenthal. Fine artist and graphic designer who has run a design studio for many years. BFA from Art College in Pasadena. And then his Instagram's there. I have no doubts that he's a real person, which is great. I'm just deeply suspicious of everything now, I guess. His art's too good. It's probably just like a digital rendering though, which is fine. Like not like AI rendering, but like actually. I'm assuming. I'm pretty sure it's not AI. But who knows anymore, right? Yeah. So this one, it's got kind of a theme of like a time and it's very time and place. It projects you to a certain time and space, and then the essence of the meaning kind of comes from that. So here we have the dream temples of Asclepius in Greece. How lovely. And then over here, just a sunflower and purification. This one is so simple, but my gosh, does this one work so well? Like it just is. And it's beautiful. It matches so many things. Yeah, and here we have vitality, and like it projects you to the sun. It's clever, it's well done, but it's a little bit of a whiplash as well. You really only have to pull one card and kind of like see where you end up. It's kind of, yeah, it's a wild ride, I guess one should say. Great Wall of China and Boundaries and Standstill. Life Force Energy, the Maasai in Africa, and Voyage over here. This is just so functional. Diligence. And Shambhala in the Himalayas. With happiness. Higher consciousness. Delight. We go to Sirius, Pleiades, and Arcturus. So it sends you into outer space. Like it's not necessarily, you're not grounded in any way. It's almost like, it's so goofy. It's almost like a little bit of like a spiritual trope deck. Like a little bit. We have like Glastonbury over here on the magic card. But like, it's almost charming, but I don't know if it's quite it. There's some cards that I'm like, yes, and then there's others I'm like, meh. Like, you have Breakthrough here with the moon landing. Like, that's not an exciting card to me. Whereas all of these, they're vague enough that they all work really, really well. Which is interesting. Yeah. At the Feet of Lao Tzu in China. Deliberation. Wonders. This one's so much more useful for me, and, like, I think I picked this one up just purely on how much I love this deck, and it's obviously not as good as the original, so I really don't use it that often. The dinosaurs in the Jurassic period with power. Atlantis is in here. This one's interesting. It's this transformation. We got Rumi of Persia, and there's a whirling dervish. It seems kind of like, I don't know, not quite it. I love a whirling dervish, don't get me wrong, but St. Francis of Assisi? I do like that card. That was one of the first ones I pulled with it too, actually. Vesuvius. It's chaos. The Venice Renaissance in Italy. Creativity. It's just such a, like, you get it whiplash, right? The Roaring Twenties. The Vikings of the New World. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon. The Zen Monastery in Japan. There's bits and pieces that I'm like, yes. And others that I'm like, oh, I don't know. The Oracle at Delphi is great. The Taj Mahal for love. Amazonian rainforest. Jupiter. Mongolian Silk Road. Machu Picchu. The Cherokee talking stick tradition. It's just... And then we have Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech. And then Uluru. It's just, it's an odd little beast. And it was enjoyable, but I don't know if it's one that I need to keep around forever. I've also edged it in blue. But yeah, I'm going to keep Sacred Destiny because it's just wildly useful, and I've had some really good readings with it. So it's going to stay. But I don't know if I need to keep the Time Traveler Oracle. I think my time with it has been and gone in a flash in the pan. And I'm not going to keep a deck around for like 3 cards. Like there's 3 cards in that are particularly meaningful, but like I don't know if I'm willing to kind of wade through the rest of the deck that doesn't resonate. Oops. That's not the right box. Yes. Yes. Okay. Sorted. Sacred Destiny's gonna stay. Time Traveler Oracle's gonna go. Okie dokie. Next on the list, we have Thea's Tarot. And we have the Light and Shadow Tarot. Okay, let's get into these. This one is huge. I don't know if I could trim it. Maybe I could. At least take some of the sides down. It's massive. And it's got a nice book, really well written. And we have Thea's Tarot, 1984, another oldie. This one probably could have been in the like the classic decks category, but I don't know, something about it. I don't particularly consider one of the classics because it's not as like widespread as it. So this is a reprinting of it from 2023, and it is, I love that. It's a like a woodcut or lino cut, like the rubbery cut ones. Probably not a woodcut, but both of these are the same art style. These are very similar decks, and they're both black and white, which we know I love. This one, the tarot, or the Light and Shadow Tarot, it's a little bit thothy, which I really like. Actually, we should just to keep consistently. This one goes on this side. That'll make it easier to flip as well. This one is a perspective that I don't get on as much with. And if I'm gonna pick out like a lino cut style deck, it's gonna be this one over this one, even though it's huge. But this one, it's not for me. And it's literally got my name on it. But it's not, it didn't do what I wanted to do. I did a walkthrough of it. I think I've since, hidden it. Just because it wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't useful. For me, it didn't fill the space I wanted it to. It is beautiful, though. But this has just that extra layer of esotericness about it. That's good and easy for me to read. It's funny because they look so similar, but they feel so different in use. This one speaks to me. This one just stares at me and judges a little bit. I don't get the intuitive hits from this one, and that's just me. Whereas this one is a lot more readable for me. It feels more like something that I can get on with. So yeah, I guess it's as easy as that. And I know I did the walkthrough and I wasn't super in love. I thought I'd give it a chance. I still haven't picked it up. I haven't been drawn to it. And I know myself, even though that's a beautiful strength card. I know myself, and if I'm not drawn to something, there's absolutely no way that I'm going to pick it up. Go out of my way to grab it. Whereas this one, look at the little snail on his head. Ah. There's a little yin yang in the flame. It's so good. I feel like this is an unfair comparison, even though it's a totally fair comparison because they look so similar. But energetically, it's an unfair comparison. But yeah, I just like this one more. Easy enough. I don't need to talk it up and down. I'm pretty confident with that decision. Thea's Tarot's gonna go, and the Oh So Giant Light and Shadow Tarot is gonna stay. Maybe I'll trim it, maybe not. We'll see. But yeah. Okay, one more decluttering. We're gonna put these two up against each other: the Divine Muses Oracle by Marie Bento, and the Lunar Nomad Oracle by Shaheen Miro. This one is another weird and giant oracle deck. Both of these are oracle decks. This one is also a Lenormand. It's actually mostly a Lenormand with a few extra cards to it. Love the backs. So cute. It's just really useful. Kind of collagey. Both of these are also they're kind of collagey, kind of photography. I I'm curious to see them side by side to see how like weirdly familiar they feel. This is the French version of this deck as well. So the guidebook is in French and all the card titles are in French. I have a great deal of French decks. It was an indie deck. This edition was released mass market from Arcana Sarah. So I think it's still available. Backs are gorgeous. And kind of has a like archetype-y / musish energy about it. So let's see them next to each other and see how I feel. I know how I feel. There's one that I'm definitely going to use more than the other. And I think it just comes down to functionality. Mind you, I do love like a nothing card. It is cute. I've had this for a while, probably about 6 months, and I have not picked it up. And that's usually a pretty good indication to me that it's not one that I'm going to seek out. It doesn't, like, it's good, it's nice, it just didn't, there was no connection initially. And if there's no connection initially, I'm not gonna, I don't know, it just doesn't fit. It doesn't fit what I thought I was gonna use it for. I didn't. The Vintage Wisdom Oracle as well is another one that's very similar and more functional for me. I think we'll talk about that one in the collage video. It would go well with the Stretch Tarot as well, but I don't know. I just don't think it's one that I need to keep around. Whereas this little guy is very functional. Doubles as a Lenormand if you wanted to. Pick out the Lenormand cards. I love how comically huge it is. Feels a little spookier also. Like this one is just not super intuitive to me right now, I guess. So. And that's fine. It's okay. It's okay to not like things. It's okay to think you're gonna like something. And then turns out you don't. Take it as a loss. That's totally fine. We're just getting to know yourself, that's all. Yep, I'm cool with that. Divine Muses. It's gonna go. And then we're gonna keep the Lunar Nomad deck. And I'm cool with that. I should probably figure out a better way to store it. I don't know if a bag would help or just like keeping it in this instead of like this slidey side box situation. Maybe. I might do that. But for now they'll go away like this. We will go with that later. But yes. Marie Bento's Divine Muses Oracle. It's gonna go. Lunar Nomad is gonna stay. I think that's it for like the hardcore one-to-one decluttering. So far we've done pretty great. I'm just going to bang through a couple of the other random decks in this category just so we can round out the collection, get every one of my decks through my hands, and then at the end we'll count up all of our numbers. I love the counting. So fun. Okay. Another little weird guy that exists that I don't think is going to go anywhere. Probably could have put this one in the Tuckbox deck video, but it deserves its own little space. This is the Morgan's Tarot, and it isn't even remotely a tarot. Not even at all. It's just a weird little oracle deck, and it's so silly, and the guidebook is annoying, but also the fact that it's annoying makes it cool. I just like it. It's such a vibe. This is an older one. It was first published in, let's see, 1970. So again, another little vintage one. I wonder how hilarious this would be with Mountain Dream. Like, they're not the same vibe at all. But, like, maybe it would work? I don't know. Anyway, I like this. This is a fun one to, like, whip out at parties, too, for especially people who aren't, like, super comfortable with the idea of tarot and just want, like, a little bit of, like, mind-bendy weirdness. Have them pull a card and it's relaxing, takes your guard down a little bit, reminds you of the absurdity of life. And it's good. I like it. I should... It's been a while since I pulled it out, truly. I should use it more, but I'm not getting rid of it. It's staying. What are you feeling now? I like even the title card is kind of an oracle card also. So weird. Oops. Yeah. No, it's good. Gonna hang on to it for when I need some whimsy in my life. Another one that is become essential for me is this little guy. This is the Hard Times Oracle by Empty and Amazing. I forget her name. Heather Enders. There she is. This is a little tiny photography deck. And it's so clever. Like, the backs look like the back of photos. And it says the Hard Times Oracle on them. And, like, the little... Oh, it's genius. Genius attention to detail. It feels... So much love was put in this. It's a little photography deck. It's simple. There's just a keyword and a photo kind of that she's taken on her walk through life. It's incredible. I love this so much. And it's definitely... This is a hug deck. Oh my gosh, this is a hug deck. Sometimes when I really can't pick up a tarot deck, this is another good one for when I cannot pick up a tarot deck. I just need something. This one usually is like, I got you. Just pull one of me and live your life and it's okay. Should probably be using this right now. It's so nice. Works well with tarot. Mind you, I will say, I did a whole adventure trying to find the perfect tarot deck to pair with this. I had no luck. Could not find. It's almost like it wants to just be by itself. If you can think of a tarot deck that you would put to pair with this, please let me know. Actually, that was a while ago. Maybe there's one that's come out since that might be useful. It's also a square, which is very fun. Anywho, I love this little guy. Oh, and it's important. I love it. So good. And we'll stay. Waiting patiently for when inevitably I need it. Oh, another square one. I do like square decks. Actually, let's put this next to... Should we do... Why not? Let's put these next to each other just to save some time. We have Messages from the Spirit... Or, Messages from the Spirit. Messages from the Light meditation deck by Joyce Huntington. This deck is amazing. This one goes really well / is a bonded pair with my Roots of Asia tarot, which I showed in another video. Back's so good. Back's so good. Painterly, oracle, keyword. Simple. It's like Sacred Destiny. It's no muss, no fuss. Like borderline goofy oracle deck, but like it reads so well. It doesn't so much have a theme other than like the theme being the fact that it's an oracle deck. And I love that about it. And this here is the Sacred Rebels Oracle by artworks by Autumn Sky Morrison. I think she lives in BC. I think she's Canadian as well. She has an oracle deck that she's made of her art, which is available on Etsy, but it's like too much money, but I want it. And Alana Fairchild is the writer. So let's look at some cards. Both of these are just, very, very like spiritual themed oracle decks. This one has a single keyword, this one has a phrase, and then like a write-up in the guidebook that's super long. This one's really intuitive, but this one kind of lets you sink into your feelings a little bit more. This one like pairs gorgeously with tarot. This one you can use with tarot or not. I thought briefly for a moment that I was gathering all the decks for this video, and I'm like, maybe I've outgrown this. So I did a quick little flip through of it to myself. I read some of the keywords, and I thought about how I was feeling and kind of the versions of me that this kind of deck kind of met. And you know what? I think I'm still okay with it. I think there's still place in my experience for this kind of energy. In recognizing, like, it's not, how do we say? Like, the the tropey spiritual guru kind of, it has the potential to kind of lean into that, like, light work, overly, like, almost like spiritual dissociation from real life. It has the ability to kind of lean into that a little bit. But if I can, like, I know myself, I can reel back from that pretty easily and not get kind of sucked away with that. Some of the messages are very valuable for me and the things that I personally struggle with in my life. So I'm going to say 10 out of 10, this is not a deck for everybody. But if the kind of energy of like needing to kind of break out of a certain set of standards that the life you have led up until this point has kind of placed on you, it's really good for kind of loosening those bounds and letting yourself kind of experience what a more expansive and free kind of life would look like for you, I guess. I don't know. Am I just saying words? Probably. I just like it, and sometimes I need it. It's been a while since I've busted it open, but it's the kind of thing that I just need reminded of every so often. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. They work surprisingly well together. Look, lotuses. If you were to oracle on oracle pair. Oh, look. I think they do go really well together. Like, look, the light coming in the window and, ooh. You know, this, yeah. It's just some sacred geometry letting me know that they would like to stay. They're both great. And they both very much fit the definition of oracle deck greatly and do a wonderful job. Glowing balls of light. Like what oracle deck doesn't have glowing balls of light in it on every other card? But still. Awakening what is already with you. The hands. I don't know. They're like singing. It's just nice. Anywho, both of these are gonna stay. I had thought briefly that maybe my time with the Sacred Rebels was up, but it's not. Sometimes I still need to paint myself back into a version of myself that I can go about the world in, you know? Yeah. Yep. So, Sacred Rebels Oracle and the messages. Where'd the box go? Ah, right, it's right here. Messages from the Light Meditation deck. Both are gems. Alright, here's a cute little tarot. This is called the Daydream Tarot. And this is another one that I tend to grab when I'm like overwhelmed with my life. I have corner rounded it because it had pointier corners and I edited it in soft pastel colors. This is a nice grandma deck for me, I think. It's just like soft and lovely. It's a hug. There's teacups. There's like cakes and desserts and pretty birds. Yeah, that was 8 of Swords. Like, it's lovely. When tarot is too much, when life is too much, when all you want is to just like curl up and cry, like, this deck is perfect. I love it so much. It's not complicated. It's not particularly deep. It's just lovely and nice. And it's not my aesthetic, but as we said, sometimes we just need decks that feel a certain way, that don't match us. And having spent my time with this deck, like edging it beautifully and corner rounding it, I've done readings in the member space. Like 1 month we used this. I think it was Pisces season when I was like, I can't do anything. So I pulled some of this with the Alice Oracle, and it was really nice. Works, it matches the Jasmine Beckett Griffith Alice Oracle, the Strangeling one, quite well. And yeah, it's so nice. So this is gonna stay. It's not going anywhere. I even, like, I love that 9 of Swords. It's a delight. The candlesticks are wands, by the way. Little hangman's little spoon. Oh, yeah, no, that's great. I deeply enjoy that, so Daydream Tarot's gonna hang around. And the last two are 2 more goofy decks. The goofiest of goofy oracles, the Wisdom of the Oracle, and I say that with so much love. With a whole heart full of love. This goofy Colette Baron Reid deck. It reads so well. It truly does. It's ridiculous, but it's good. And then next to it, in this lovely bag, it's the little whimsy goth vibe. It matches. Colette Baron reads the good tarot quite well. And yeah, these, I pair them. Sometimes like I will read them separately. This one pairs us with a surprising amount of other decks. But yeah, just classic goofy. An oracle deck that fits the theme of being an oracle deck. There's also like a hidden face in each of the cards on this one, which I find fun. This one, all of the suits are elemental. Both of them have art by Jenna Grattaglia. Kind of her like classic style as well. Oh, it's just good. Sometimes this is what I want. Sometimes this is it. This fits the mood, fits the vibe. This one has since warped a little bit, which is interesting. I need to work that out a little bit, but that's okay. I don't really use the book for either of these. I'm sure they're fine. And like, with this one, it's not a very intellectual read. Like, you can think of your planetary and elemental associations. I guess the elements are there, but like the signs and planets and esoteric symbolism, that sort of thing. But I think this deck really doesn't, that's not its focus. It's a mood. It's very surface level. It's like simplistic tarot. Very, just like, that's the world. There it is. You know? Isn't time for a nap card? The Page of Pentacles. Right. I think they fill a very important part in like my like, at this point, historic tarot collection. When did these come out? I need to know. Because I feel like they're classic. Okay. Wisdom of the Oracle was 2015. So it's 10 years old right now. It's about the same age as my car. Nice. And then I don't have the good tarot book here, but I think it came out before Wisdom of the Oracle? Question mark. Anyway, at this point, being 10 years old, I don't know. I feel like they're new classics, I guess. So they need to represent that kind of energy and that space within the world of tarot. And I love that they're here. So I'm gonna say. So that's those two. All right. Okay, let me do some counting. We've reached the end of this particular random, what was kind of left / goofy oracle deck category of the collection and declutter. I'm going to do the numbers. I'm going to do the tabulations for what we're decluttering and keeping today, and then I'll be back. Then I'll be right back to you. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I've done the tabulations. Will you believe it? We got rid of 11 decks today. Yes. That feels so much better than like the 2s and 3s we've been chipping away at lately. 11 decks are going and 19 are going to be staying. So that brings us to a total of 30 decks we talked about today, which also means that I think our total decluttered is up to 78. 78? We're only 2 decks away from 80? Can you believe this? My goodness. Tabulations will be on the screen for all of our like bigger stats, like kept today, decluttered today, total decluttered, and total judged. They will all be up there for your viewing pleasure. I'm so proud of myself. Oh, I feel so much better. I've got my mojo back. I have a bit more juice left. I just, for a while there, I'm like, why am I, this isn't working, but now it is. So yeah, we're letting some go today, and I'm stoked. I feel so good about this. Here's them. The ones that are going today. Let's start. We got the Iris Oracle, the Wheel of Change Tarot, Thea's Tarot, Divine Muses Oracle, one of my copies of the Gentle Tarot, the Time Traveler Oracle, the Pastoral Tarot, the Modern Love Tarot by Ethany, Bonefire Tarot, Lilifer Tarot, going in limbo, and then Andy's Feel Your Chakras Vintage Edition. My extra copy is gonna go. So there we go. Oh, this feels so good. Thank you guys so much for being here. It's great. It's super helpful to know that you're there, kind of helping me through the process. It feels great, and I'm very proud of myself today. This feels good. I really, truly cannot wait till this is over. We're getting there though. 2 more videos, hopefully. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I'll see all you fine people in my next video. Bye.